Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike. Today, I'm going to talk about Switzerland population and the problem that Switzerland is facing here right now. Let's look at some graph to get a deeper understanding. The first is crude birth rate. Since 1850 into 2020, it has a certain decline. It started at a high birth rate, which is Switzerland stage one at that period, and now it's in stage 4 and 5. It decreased almost 20 live births per 1,000 people in 170 years. And this is the crude death rate. There isn't much to talk about. It's low and stable. Swiss have a high level of technology and medical system, so there won't be much difference on the crude death rate. This graph shows the life expectancy from 40 years until 19 years. Is slowly increasing each year because they have a comfortable environment for elderly to living. And this is the total fertility rate graph. In 19th century, it's high and stable and remained the same. And it starts slowly falling down and people start realize too much baby, probably a economic burden, and they don't want to have that much. And until now, women start working and trying to have a baby at the same time, and also caused the fertility rate to decrease each year. And this is the infant mortality rate. Since 1871 until 2015, it fallen at a certain speed, not fast and not slow. This because with medical system and technology is increasing and increasing, more and more diseases that kill children in before can be cured right now, such as chickenpox. And now we can see the Swiss population in 1960, about 5.3 million people in total. Most of the population is children and teenagers. And there's almost no elderly because the medical system isn't fully developed and they're a bit increase in the age group of 50 to 60. And now this is the Swiss population in 2020, about 8.7 million people overall. The teenage group start declining because people don't want to have a baby. The mid-age population become the major group in the country. And as the technology improves, elderly people start to improve. And also something interesting is that Swiss have a balanced gender population. But on elderly, almost there are more elderly female than elderly male. In 2060, there are about 10 million people overall in Swiss, and different age group population become very close and nearly the same. The overall population predict keep increasing but become low and stable. Elderly females a bit more than elderly male. This is the population distribution map. We can see in Geneva, because it's economic prosperity area, so there's very high population density. But in Alpes mountain area, because no one live in there, and because the high sea level, and it's not suit for people to live in there, so the population density is very low. So now Swiss currently facing aging problem and too much migration problem. So what are the current policy for those two is that Swiss don't have a policy that have benefit with the women who work and having a birth at the same time. That causes more and more women don't want a baby. But the age group is increasing and increasing. That causes there are more and more elderly. And because in the year before, Swiss always accept migration from other country to fill its own country, so they accept too much migration. So what's the proposal policy? Is that Swiss government already have a policy that limit the migration can exceed 0.2% of the Swiss overall population, and I think that's very effective. And for the aging problem, the Switzerland government will have a policy that have benefit for the woman who working and have a baby at home and encourage them to burn more baby, probably giving them money or something. And that's the MLE citation. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.